1260 KDUZ News, I'm Mark Wodarczyk. A Hutchinson man has been charged with second-degree murder in the shooting death of a man found in a burning mobile home Monday in Little Falls. 36-year-old Jason Ray Dominguez is accused of shooting 30-year-old Dustin Brown 7 times and then lighting a fire under the porch of the trailer where Brown was staying in an attempt to destroy evidence. The shooting and fire happened late Monday at 600 Lindbergh Drive North, where Brown was found lying next to a bed with gunshot wounds to his head, legs, arm, chest, jaw, and back. Neighbors told investigators that a one-armed man had been in the area looking for Brown for the past 2 weeks. Dominguez, who has only one arm, was released from prison August 3rd. According to the complaint, Brown's brother told investigators that Dominguez had been pressuring Dustin Brown to do something drug-related that Brown didn't want to do. Investigators also learned that Brown owed Dominguez money. Authorities say the deaths of 3 people found inside a burned motorhome at the Grand Canyon were possibly murders and a suicide. The Minnesota School District identified the 3 as Jersey DeHaven, a kindergartner at Skyview School in Oakdale, 6th grader Jace DeHaven, and their father, Anthony DeHaven. Police say a woman was arrested in Minnetonka after she pulled a gun on a UPS delivery man because her package was late. Officers were called to a residence Monday morning. The woman, who was upset her package arrived late, showed a gun and told the UPS driver he couldn't leave. When police arrived, the driver was already back in his truck and no one was injured. The woman was arrested. Minnesota Department of Natural Resources Forestry Division has issued burning restrictions effective immediately that include McLeod County. Hutchinson Fire Chief Brad Emmons believes the restrictions are largely precautionary at this point due to the recent weather conditions.
They're anticipating some high winds in the next few days, and of course it's obvious that we haven't had any rain, so it's really dry, and we haven't, in Hutchinson, we have not had any calls yet, but apparently there's been a lot of fire departments out on grass fires, ditch fires, that type of thing.
Recreational fires are still allowed as long as they have a 10-foot clearance around them. There will be no new burning permits issued until the burning restrictions are lifted. Any permits that were previously issued are considered void until the restrictions are lifted. Today, stronger winds and one more problem for BWCA fire crews already struggling with bone-dry vegetation and low humidity. Public Information Officer Daria Day.
We're expecting that there could be gusts as high as 28 miles per hour and possibly as high as 35 miles per hour on Friday. So obviously, we're expecting to see fire activity increasing, and with that, the potential for some growth in the acres for the fire.
Day says they've added more water-scooping aircraft in hopes of staying ahead of any flames whipped up by the winds. Gibbon Fairfax Winthrop School District holds the second in a series of public meetings concerning an upcoming levy referendum vote this evening. GFW will be asking voters in November to, in essence, extend and increase its current operating levy. The question that will be put before GFW voters November 8th will be to revoke the district's current referendum of $468 per pupil, which expires in 2013, and approve a new 10-year referendum of $870 per pupil in its place. Tonight's public meeting is the second of 4 on the issue and begins at 7 at the middle school campus in Fairfax. State Department of Employment and Economic Development has $15 million in federal grants to support small business lending in Minnesota. DEED spokesman Bob Isaacson says they've developed programs so banks, credit unions, and economic developers can tap into these funds.
We're going to guarantee some of their loans that they'll be providing to businesses, so in some cases where the business isn't quite as creditworthy as the lender would like, we'll come in and provide some guarantee for that loan at a 70% level.
Isaacson says businesses with fewer than 500 employees are eligible for loans up to $150,000. For more information on the lending programs, you can go positivelyminnesota.com and click on Business Finance Programs. Target says customers who bought groceries, beauty products, and clothing helped revenue at stores climb 5.3% last month at stores open at least a year. Minneapolis discount retailer says shoppers spent more at Target and more browsers were converted into buyers during the month. Palin out, Kane rising, and those Wall Street protesters. ABC's Brad Wheelis reports.
Focus on the White House. Sarah Palin made it official. She will not seek the GOP presidential nomination in 2012.
I believe that I can be more effective and I can be more aggressive in this mission in a supportive role of getting the right people elected.
Palin on Cumulus Radio's Mark Levin show. Herman Cain rising in the polls, tied for first in one survey.
Unlike some of the other flavors of the week, I am Haagen-Dazs Black Walnut with substance.
And Cain had a message for those Wall Street protesters.
If you don't have a job and you're not rich, blame yourself.
The White House watching the protest as well. ABC's Ann Compton.
It will be interesting to see, Brad, how the White House plays its reaction to the Wall Street occupation voices. President Obama once railed against big banks and imposed financial reforms. His press secretary says public anger is understandable, but street protests and trying to bring down the stock exchange website go far beyond the president's rhetoric.
I'm Brad Wheelis, ABC News.
Minnesota activists say they've been granted permission to occupy the Hennepin County Government Center Plaza as part of a nationwide demonstration against Wall Street and corporate greed. Organizers say the Minnesota protesters won't be required to get a permit and will be allowed to stay as long as laws aren't broken. If you hope to pick up a retail job this holiday season, you may have better luck here than in other parts of the nation. Local consumer specialist Dave Brennan says the economic climate in Minnesota is comparatively healthy.
We have done quite well in terms of employment and unemployment. Our levels are better than the national averages, and there's every right to think that we're going to do better in this holiday spending season than other areas of the country.
Brennan says big retailers like Kohl's, Macy's, and JCPenney plan to hire at least as many holiday workers as last year, but he notes that other firms are cutting holiday hiring. Best Buy plans to hire 50% fewer workers. If you're looking for a job, Hutchinson may be the place to be this afternoon and evening. The KDUZ KARP Job Fair is being held at the Hutchinson Event Center from 2 this afternoon till 6 this evening. Simone Augustus scored 36 points to lead Minnesota's second-half surge, and the Lynx moved within one win of their first WNBA title by beating the Atlanta Dream 101-95 in Game 2 of the WNBA Finals last night. Game 3 in the best-of-5 matchup is set for tomorrow night in Atlanta. Arizona Diamondbacks slammed 4 home runs in bashing Milwaukee 10-6. That sends that series back to Miller Park for the deciding Game 5 tomorrow night. Ryan Roberts touched Brewers starter Randy Wolf for a first-inning grand slam.
And the 2-1, and Roberts a drive deep down the left field line. It might go! Grand slam! 4-1 Diamondbacks. 4 straight home games, they've hit a grand slam.
Greg Schulte with a call on KTAR Radio. Chris Young followed that with a solo shot. Young also hit a 2-run shot in the 7th.
And a drive.